This time around, guys, I'm going to ask you to actually make sure that you are discussing what we're going to be talking about. Um, Obviously, I think that some of you last times kind of just joined, but for you to get credit on your discussion, you will actually have to place some good content. I will definitely be placing emphasis on that. I'll go back and rewatch this video and look at who has been the main contributors to the participation, which just means, put in a good word to what's going on, make sure everything is correct. Let me see what else is going on. 5 viewers, good. I think we're getting there. Watching, welcome Esther. And let me see, I think this is the book that is here. Okay, this is the book. I don't see anyone else kind of trying to join. For you guys who are following along, welcome. You will not have to do discussion grade on D2L. Again, I do expect for you guys to do this good discussion here. Let's see what else. 5 viewers, okay. I'll be a few minutes late, still on my way from work. Okay, Hussam, make sure you're safe. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, let me type that. And I think I will begin. This is 8:04. I want to tell you guys something, and I will begin, and then that way, because I don't. There's some conversations I have before I start the actual course, which is the lecture here. But again, I'm going to tell you I will have a quorum. Okay, and a quorum means that I need this amount of people for me to begin. If not, I don't begin, or just record a lesson. That kind of pushes everybody to show up, because I give this situation where you can just follow along, so you don't have to do the discussion and type the essay. But if people don't show up, if it's only like 6 or 7, I need to have about 8. 8 is my number. Then I could, you make sure that this is happening. I want the class to participate. Okay. Again, this is this format that I have, which is 1 night a week. You study beforehand, 1 hour beforehand. You sit here, you discuss with me what's going on, and then afterwards you take the quiz. There is a quiz available in chapter 3 here. I'm going to elongate that quiz a couple more days. I tend to do that. But if you want to knock it out now, I absolutely would, guys, since you guys are here and there's people with you. And then that way you can concentrate on other courses that demand a little more from you. I'm not that I demand much from you. I demand enough. I demand 3 hours a week, like every other course should be. It's just this is my way of doing it, right? And then of course we have other things like midterms and finals, which we'll have a review. Okay. Any questions, guys? This is the time to do. Please participate. Remember, you're going to be graded on your questions here. Okay. 5. So, and I'll definitely begin in 3, 2, 1. Good evening, class. This is Professor Puente, and this is your customer relations class. This is February 5th. And today, this video is for you to watch, and you will be asked questions on this video. You are liable for this information, so I would definitely make sure you stay along. Now, a few things I got to tell you is it's much easier if you join the chat group, the GroupMe group. Your classmates sit here and discuss items throughout the week. We don't bomb your phone, we really don't, but it does keep you steady and it keeps you on the information side. Okay. If you do this discussion with me tonight, you don't have to do discussion on D2L. All you have to do is state that you participated, and I now grade the discussion here. So this module, you guys doing this through the video, I'm going to grade your responses. I do expect about 3 to 4 responses, good articles. I mean, it doesn't have to be 3 to 4, that'd be just your minimum. If I see that that's all the minimum you've done, it's very, yes, subjective on my reference points, of course. but I will definitely look at all your responses. I hope you're active. If you're active, you're doing well. I gotta tell you this: those students who are active, participative, who help other students, Hassan's one of them. Miss Sarah Watts is another. Those people who help when it comes to grading time, I do remember that. When it's who are you? I can't help you, because then that means you didn't really stick out in the class. So remember, it's a business course. I hope that's the point here. I definitely push for you to do a lot better, right? So let me see. Overall, we're going to start with chapter 3 now. Your midterm is soon enough. I'm gonna have to check it. I think it's in 2 weeks. I am gonna have a midterm review class, which is a week where instead of doing a subject, we actually go over what's on the questions. I would suggest that those who are watching this video sign up to GroupMe, because that's gonna be the medium we're gonna do. It's gonna be a little different, but it definitely will help you to get on. Okay, and right now I have 6 viewers. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Uh, I will tell you that this chapter I really appreciate. And as I go through the chapter, those who are out there, I'm going to keep going back to you, and I'm going to state your opinions. I will definitely put them down as we go. And in that way, you get your grades. I will do look back on this video and see how you guys have done. And if I say, as I go through this, if I go through this chat log and I say, hey, Hassan, good input. Lexi, great input. I will remember that as I'm grading the discussion, right? So this one is about skills for success, customer service interviews for verbal communication skills. You're trying to learn how to speak to the class, right? To the customers, right? And let's go. The importance of effective communication. Don't forget the word effective. It means that it's right on the money. In business theory, we try to get away from right or wrong. There's really no right or wrong ways to do things. There's effective and ineffective, right? So business customer service is all about people. Whether you're a CEO, it's because of strategy, or a salesperson, just doing service information. Business is about commerce. This is going to be my word for you. Commerce. Commerce is an exchange of ideas, income, assets. That is what business is about. So you have to be able to communicate correctly for you to get that exchange down. Okay. Strengthening customer communication, gather information from the customer. Okay. If you're sitting here and you're wondering why is he in front of you purchasing an item, then you need to gather the information. If you're looking for a new car, why? Is it because you're going to have a bigger family? You're going from a sedan to an SUV? Exactly. So gather that information. Be consistent with and that's right here, be consistent with what you're doing, your practice. In a way, people don't feel like you're being disloyal. If you're working a certain way with someone and a certain way another way, that may be that you're not being transparent enough. Demonstrate openness. Be open-minded to a whole new concept. Maybe people come in and they ask you, hey, this vehicle is not right for me because I don't like SUVs. I think they're gas guzzlers. You gotta be open to their idea, okay? So you don't want a gas guzzler. You want something that's probably a little more helpful for the environment, and that's important for your values. So then you look into that. And then you go to be personable. Always try to be close in that sense. I'm not a professor that thinks that business is either personal or business. I don't know who created that. You hear all the time, hey, listen, that's personal, it's not business. Personal and business together is what works. Okay, personable business. If you look at those ads in Super Bowl last night, those were personal business. People trying to get to you, to your feelings. They're getting personal with you. They're talking about immigration. They're talking about things that, business, your family. They're getting to your family. This Is Us is after the Super Bowl. It's all personal, okay? Because it's trying to get to you as a person. That's how business works. Okay, so when people say, well, I can't do this because, I do my person after work, then you may be missing out, especially on on customer services. So yes, it's important for you guys to know that. And there's different opinions there. What does the class think about this? Let me see. Uh, Esther says, effective communication, I think, can help to foster a good working relationship between you and your staff, which can also improve efficiency. Yeah, Esther, I'd love for you to define effectiveness and efficiency. They're two different things, so they actually help. Sarah says, agree, but you also have to listen well to build on what Esther said. True. Have a good year. Yes, sir. Listen is key to communication. I see Lexi saying, I agree that consistency and communication is key for a great customer relationship. Yes, Lexi, I know you said it. I like your statement. However, I need a little more. I think I need a little more from you guys because, except for Esther, Esther was pretty good, which is a relationship between you and your staff, which can also improve efficiency. Great. She even threw a word efficiency. Don't just grab the paragraph from the book. And this is also for you guys on D2L who are going to make me this essay. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at what you're putting down. It's just going to be 500 words. It's going to be a little more difficult for me to look at, but I will. And I'm probably going to be a little bit tougher grading it because you have to make a good point. They're making their points individually, and they're making sure it's a nice, good volume, nice quality volume, because this is what the discussion helps. I'm hoping the D2L people do the exact same thing. Adeline says, yes, listening and how we act in front of the customer. Are we interested, smiling, etc.? I don't know that was a question. Most customers appreciate when they are understood by the consumer. I think that's good, Gal. Being understood. That's a big difference. So let me keep going to through the ensuring two-way communication. Two-way communication is different than communication, guys. Communication could be me telling you right now, me talking to you, it's one way. Me going back to the chat log and see what I'm getting back and forth, that's two-way, okay? So that's important to understand, two-way. How this right here, this chart is really important because it gives you an idea how communication works. There's noise. Noise are things outside of the communication itself. The environment, the box itself. The sender and the receiver, and the filters that go through it, the encoding, because the sender has to go put it together, and the decoding, right? And the message comes through. This is a perfect example of how communication works. There's nothing to do with English. This has to do with me talking to you or me getting you a message. We do it through text messaging. I don't have to talk to you. I could just get something typed, so I encode it by typing it. I send it through the message, and then you decode it by looking at it and interpreting it, right? So this is important to know how communication works in itself. So Street Talk is part of your course. Remember, your textbook, which is, this is my decisions course, right? That's my decisions course. But this textbook here, again, a business textbook, and yours, I don't have the physical book, I have the ebook, but it's the same thing. It's a PhD telling you their thoughts. So in this case, a Mr. Sharon Messen, who's a PhD, is telling you their idea of what Street Talk is, communication. I'm the professor deciphering it, taking the communication to you, and the way you grab it and instill it upon yourself. So it's important you know how these textbooks work because they're outside, they're academic works that give you how this communication works so that this data is helpful to you. So Street Talk for Mr. Sharon Messen, PhD. Using jargon or unfamiliar vocabulary when explaining a procedure to a student or other customer will have the listener confused or totally misinformed. Know your audience when explaining a new technique or procedure. So what that means is if you are selling a vehicle to someone and you use the jargon that has to do with the mechanics, you're not going to get through the message because they have to decode it. They have to take it and decode it. I kind of speak to a couple of attorneys about how the jargon, the legal jargon, may affect the people they speak to, their clients, only because if they keep using this legal jargon, the clients didn't go to law school, and they may not actually understand their case. So this is really important, you know. Interpersonal communication model, environment, that's the area where you're actually, you know, doing your speaking. And in this case, this is our environment right now, right? And I'll get back to your comments. The sender is the person speaking, so me, I'm speaking to you. The receiver is you guys right now, getting the information. The message is me speaking to you right now. In fact, I'm going to put the word message, right? That's me. You got the message, right? And the channel, the channels group me or YouTube Live, right? Encoding is me putting it all together into this system, and decoding is you taking it and uninterpreted, right? Feedback. Unless response is given to a message received, there's no way to determine whether your intended message was received. So even though I put all this together for you and I send it to you, you tell me if you got the feedback. In this case, I see some of the feedback here already, right? Let me get through that feedback. Hannah says, good customer service is expected by customers and should be given. That's what brings loyal customers back to your business. Yes, Hannah, that is called referral. Very good. I like that one. Lexi says, I think when you show your customers and your employees that you listen effectively to their needs, it makes them feel appreciated. It opens the path to have an open relationship with them where you and them both able to communicate expectations. Yes, I do want to let you guys know something, okay? When you go through this course, I'm going to challenge you to find 3 insights that I've given you, the textbook's given you, that your classmates given you, that you've picked up out of this. This is really important. This is beyond just your grade, because you're spending time enough to learn this. And some of the stuff you kind of already know. You probably saw consumer relationships course or customer relations course, and you think, guess what? It's going to be the customer's always right. Well, hey, maybe there's an argument to the customer's not always right, right? Knowing your audience is important. You need to know your customers and the market you are trying to reach and service. Thank you, Adelaide. So let me see. I can go into that screen, but it's right here. And we've spoken it out, work it out. Noise. Noise is good to know about this communication. And that is consists of physiological factors, health, physical characteristic abilities, or of psychological factors, level of attention, mood, mental health, emotional condition. It's just the things, the distortion that's in the background. Right now, it could be technology. You may not have good Wi-Fi, or I may not have good Wi-Fi sending it over to you. There's noise, right? So you have to realize noise is not necessarily a sound, but the distortion, okay? And let's see what else we got here. Some phrases that can assist you in strengthening a relationship with your customers. Please, thank you, I can, I will. I like that one. How may I help? I was wrong. That's easy to use, but people won't say it as much. And be careful. I don't know if I like it too much. I was wrong, because now that could also hurt your credibility. So the PhD in the textbook needs to understand that I may disagree on that one. Often, many times, some instead of global errors. Often, many times, some. You're right. Why not? You're right. Hey, I definitely think you're right. Have you considered? I am sorry. I apologize. It's our fault. My fault. Would you mind? Appreciate. Use the customer's name. So those who are out there, please let me know which ones do you like and which ones do you not like. Prepare for positive customer interaction. Prepare for it, right? Prepare for the as a customer comes in and speaks to you. You want to be in a positive mood. You want to be a positive environment because you're set in the environment. And we spoke about that part in the course, in the environment, right? If it's not a positive environment, then you may need to understand you're trying to make it positive. Even if it's one of those where it's a complaint, you're trying to switch it over to a good thing. Identify pet peeves. One way to prepare to serve your customers is to do a quick mental assessment before they arrive or contact you. If you have all this data ahead of time about them, it helps you. If you don't, it's nothing you could do, right? But identify what's the pet peeves of people. Pet peeves are the things that they just cannot, they don't like. One of my pet peeves at a restaurant is that I'm about to eat and someone gives me a plate and they forget the fork and spoon or knife. It's just like, man, I see the food right in front of me and I'm very close to it and I don't like to just grab it in my hands. That's one of my pet peeves. It's like you never brought it, or even worse, you kind of like taunted it, right? So this is one of the pet peeves include, excessive wait times. People don't like to wait a lot unless you're in a law office or an attorney or a medical place, right? You kind of wait a lot there. Professional service providers and appearances. Lack of cleanliness. You have to look clean. Look, I stand here before you. I want to look clean because I'm a professor, and you guys want me to look clean, right? It makes the credibility go better and probably, helps you, right? Failing to answer the phone within 4 rings. So if I get a call, 4 rings, I want to pick up the phone. I work on the phone, so I think I know that's one of the things I do. Poor quality of service. So it's just like you're not there, it is disinterested. Rudeness or over familiarity. Over familiarity is simple. It's like, hey, how you doing, bro? You know, it's like, whoa, you're so familiar. I haven't even met you. I'm on the phone with you. We should be probably more proper, right? And that's really important. So let's see what the class says. Um, you do agree with Lexi. It says, Lexi, when marketing, it's important to target the correct audience. For example, if you're advertising to a market that isn't suitable for your product, it's going to be struggle to meet the needs of the people. Yes, Lexi, I think you made a stupendous point. However, I will need to know where you got that from because it's pretty good. It's how do you tie it to what we're speaking about? Sarah says, yes, the right target is the audience. If you have a positive atmosphere, which is very good, what we're talking about, attitude, then people will experience that you can make a difference in the place you are just by creating that atmosphere. That's right. You create the atmosphere. That's right, Sarah. That's very true. I like that. You create the atmosphere. You put things together for them. If the mood is not positive to begin with, then it's going to go that route. But again, if it's not a good mood, then try to go towards a good mood. It'll just make it easier for you. It really will. Okay, I'll keep going there. Sorry. Let's see. And there's a few things. Make customers feel welcome. You know, they have to feel welcome in the environment. Make like it's their home, like it's not like their guest if they come to an office environment, if they're talking to you on the phone. Focus on the customer as a person. This is a little difficult for professors, I gotta say, online professors. Sometimes they don't realize that you guys are people, and I don't want to blame. It could be any college, honestly, and I see it because I myself sometimes take some online courses. But yes, you guys are people. This is why I ask you, all of you, to put a picture of your face on GroupMe because we want to personify you and make sure that we know you're people. And that's it's really silly to think about. Hey, of course everybody's people, but when you don't see people face to face, sometimes this is why I put this camera in front of you because I want to show you that hey, me, Professor Puente, I'm a person in front of you, and I'm taking all of you guys as people because not we don't get to see face to face, but you're just the same. Sarah says yes, the right target is a must. If you have my pastor preaches that. That's what Sarah Watts said. I completely forgot about that part. Focus on the customer as a person. Okay, let's keep going. Address your customers' expectations positively. So even if its expectations a little too high, you're like, hey, I know you're very highly striving for what you want. However, your budget may not be there yet. I think give it a couple of years, you'll get there. So, but address it positively, even though they may be off. Use customer-centric language. This is really important. Okay, this is like about them, their interests. So as soon as I have time, I'll send out the form we need to complete and sign. Let me explain the benefits of this product. It's always that's right there. It's as soon as I have time, it's very centered on me, the person's interest. But check this out. I'll take care of that right away to make sure that we all have the information needed to ensure the best service. Once you get the form, please complete and sign it. And as a savvy customer, you'll appreciate the benefits of this product. May I explain? So two different kind of verbiage. You want to make sure you go into their benefit. You keep talking about their benefit. And this dance, this tango, may seem a little ingenuine for some people. And they're like, hey, you really just want to get the service. But guess what? It's still appreciated. Still appreciated because it's at least that level of professionalism. Beyond this, have you ever spoken to a car salesman? Not all car salesmen are like this. Some are incredibly professional, but some that I don't necessarily have the professional background, they will give you the verbiage of I. Hey, I don't even know what the boss said. I don't know if I could get this for you. It's I, and it's not very centric on the customer, right? Use small talk. I will tell you, I use this all the time on the phone. Small talk. I try to talk a little bit about different things. Hey, did you watch the Super Bowl? How are you doing? Throw things in there. That's not just about the business itself. Use positive I or we. Hey, we are doing super well, even when I'm speaking about my family. So the way is not I. People don't take very, very well. Ask positive phrase questions. Definitely ask positive phrase. How are things going with your family? How are things looking up for 2018? Right. And just kind of go through these and be specific also when you're speaking about anything. Don't just be broad, like, hey, talk about the weather. Just be like, hey, actually, the weather in Atascocita has been a little difficult where I live. How about you? Where's in your area? I see how specific I'm being, even though I'm speaking about the weather. Okay. Let me see what else. Nurture a continued relationship. Ask for permission. Always ask permission if you can nurture this relationship further. Hey, would you like to go get some, lunch sometime? If that's okay with you. Agree with customers. It doesn't hurt to agree sometimes. It doesn't mean if you don't agree, lie. No, just see what you're agreeing with now. Okay. And elicit customers' feedback and participation. Always ask for the participation, kind of like what I'm doing with you guys. Always ask for participation. Okay, anyone else here? I know Hannah, poor customer service is more common everyday, Sally. Yes, Esther, is absolutely true. Sometimes I just want to go in and not talk to me, but I know good customer service is greeting people and seeing if they need anything. Yes, Sarah. Sometimes you just want to get in and out and not people talking to you. Well, at least they tried. And it's better than if they don't care who you are and give you no service whatsoever. Sarah says, yeah, very true. Not having anyone talk to me, you make the customer feel special and family too. That's right. It is important to develop a relationship with the customer. Doing so, we're focusing on the customer as a person, and we also making them feel welcome. Adeline, that was very good tied to the entire chapter. I think you used some really good keywords on what we're trying to do. That was very good. Okay, keep doing that part. Let's see. Enclose the transaction professionally. This is really important. When you're getting there and you're about to close it out, make sure you put the bow on everything and get to the end effectively, right? Get to the end effectively. So let's see. What else do we have? Some of these, I'm just trying to make sure what could help. Nonverbal feedback. This is really important. Manage body language. Sometimes you kind of have to look yourself in the mirror and see how you've taken the news. Some people don't have this. You'll tell them something and they'll just give you a face, and then you read them already before they said something, right? Use eye contact. Look at them in the eye always. If you can't look at them in the eye, I actually concentrate on this area right here. You can't tell if you're seeing this or seeing this. Some people can't look at people in the eye. The eye is such a focused area, and so just right above the cheeks. Use positive facial expressions. Let me give you a few positive facial expressions. Like, hey, open arms, smiling. It doesn't have to be a smile. It could be nodding. It could be absolutely nodding, right? This is good. You guys like this course, right? Yeah. Not. It doesn't always have to be a smile. Okay. It's funny because some people say women, because women are so used to smiling, because people expect women to smile, that women shouldn't smile because they're being taken more seriously. So some say that. Some, no, don't quote me on that. Some say men should smile more actually, because men are usually not imaged, not said as being smiling. So there you go. Let's see what else. Avoiding negative communication. You try to avoid it, yes. If you have to get to somewhere, you're going from negative to positive. You're trying to move the limit, right? So here's some of the words and phrases you don't understand. You'll have to. You don't see my point. You aren't listening to me. This is a voice you want to avoid altogether. You're not being reasonable. What you need to do, you hear that a lot. What you need to do, hold on a second. I think that's more a command, right? You don't want commands. The word no, you want to avoid the word no. Like, hey, is this possible? Not right now. It's not possible, right? It's the same thing as no. Profanity, vulgarity is never going to work on any professional environment. This is where you guys need to get good at beginning a new language, new verbiage. Something that's not in the book is called, we put different faces for different people. Okay. These faces we do with our kids, with our mom, with our wives, wife for me, with your friends, with your profession. Gotta put that face on. So remember that it's okay to be something to someone and then switch it up. Code switching. That's exactly what it's called, code switching. It's okay. Okay. It's not like you're fake or not. No, that's you playing the part, which is the most professional part, right? And let me see what else you see. So I think that I believe that's chapter 3. Chapter 3-6, actually dealing assertively with a customer. Assertiveness. Assertiveness does not mean you being, you know, just trying to make sure that things go the way you're entailing, right? If you see poor eye contact while speaking is bad, it's not assertive, but looking them in the eye and being confident. Weak limp fish handshake. A handshake can tell you a lot about how this works, and just giving a good, firm, not too hard of a hard shake of a handshake. Substitute tone. I could take my tone and be like, "Hey, I think you guys probably should do the quiz." See that tone? That didn't help you. It's a good idea to do the quiz, guys. Yeah, you could be assertive. You could be assertive and be professional, right? Think, plan, and speak. Plan ahead. If you got to say some bad news to someone, make sure you plan ahead on how you're gonna land that news, right? And rambling speech, not really stating anything. Let's see what everybody else says. Lexi says, I know trying to find the right words without saying no can sometimes be a challenge. I recognize that saying things like, I understand how you feel, goes a long way. True. I've also realized that someone saying, unfortunately, can sometimes come across sarcastic. I didn't know that. I think I say unfortunately a lot. It's funny. Maybe I need to watch out, right? See, good communication works. Someone has to decode it. I try. Let's see what else. I totally understand Hannah. Let's see. Try to make customers feel like a part of America's connection and limited circle. This where we talk and communication on, and I could do and make their parties to be the best for them. Okay, Gala. I really wasn't following along, but okay, let's see. And so that's assertive language, right? Let's see. So 7, assertive versus aggressive. You don't want to be aggressive. Aggressive is too far, right? Assertive is just right. Assertive means maybe you need to go and collect payment for somebody. Aggressive, if you collect a payment and you curse at them, okay? Look through this list on what is not good to do. I'll give you a few examples. Aggressive behavior example. Customers say, oh no, I just don't need another sweater. Do you have a receipt? Go through this example on how aggressive behavior is bad. But we kind of have an idea when you've gone too far, unprofessionally, right? Always keep your composure, guys. Always. When you are in a company and a customer engages you, keep your composure. This is not the time to, get real with someone. You don't. You want to make sure you keep your composure. That is your given. That is your business pride. Okay, you kept your composure. A manager, a marketing manager altogether, always keeps their composure. And this is what you do: is you roll. One day you're not the manager. That's different. But when you are one of them, that's what you're expected to do. These are the key terms. Make sure you go through them. That's really about it, guys. I'm glad we had this class. Do you have any questions? Let me see a few things people have said. Miss LaPortia has joined the group. Please tell Miss LaPortia hi. Tell her somebody linked them the video. The video is going to be a recording. Hello. There you go. And I will be posting the questions here overall. I see some of you guys definitely joined very well. I'm going to grade your discussions. But that's it. I'm going to now post the quiz questions. You discuss among yourselves those quiz questions. I don't put these quiz questions anywhere else but in the group meet after the live class. I'm hoping you guys will help. Hello, LaPortia. You are watching. It's perfect. Perfect. Congratulations. Welcome. Any last things, please let me know. Customer service is very important for my business. One of the most effective ways to build a good relationship is to completely be open and honest about our cars and show them who we are. Perfect. Perfect. Hello, LaPortia. So that's it, guys. Next week, same time, 8 p.m. I hope you like this one-day model. You can get it all done. Quiz, you could do it now. It's actually available now. But that's it. Quiz, I believe it's on chapter 3, right? So not due tonight. I think I'm gonna make it due tomorrow night at midnight. But if you like to knock it out, go ahead. I just placed it. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. Portia says it's good to keep composure because we're representing the company and the brand. Very true. So it's not you. You're representing yourself. I like that statement. When you go speak to someone at Kroger, that means that's Kroger themselves speaking, right? One more thing, guys. I completely forgot. For extra credit, I don't know how much extra credit. I will have a real estate investment seminar. This is not part of Lone Star. I'm actually putting a seminar together. If you'd like to attend, it's actually going to give a lot of secrets of real estate investment. This is what I do. I'm a real estate broker. But I want to do is kind of build one of these classes so I can push for Lone Star or Rice University or University of Houston or UHD to offer one of these for students or for people out there. Invite whoever you like. I would really appreciate it if you do. It's going to be this Thursday at 8 p.m. And it's the first seminar. So it's going to be 5 seminars after that. And I tell you why you see the signs out there, the We Buy Houses signs. Instead of going out there and joining anything that costs thousands, I'm trying to do it for free. It's just going to be in this model. Okay. So I will send that link out. Again, I will give extra credit. I just need to figure out how much. But it's in this setup. I would like for you guys to stay there long enough to get the point. Let me know if you guys need anything. Thank you so much. And that's it. I'll send a few questions here. Have a good night.